Hi, welcome to Visions from the Bottom. This is Bottom Bitch returning, and I am recording part 2 of the safety series that we've talked about. The safety series is important to me because I don't want to see anyone abused. I do want to make it clear that there's nothing that I can say that will make anybody 100% safe. What it's going to come down to is you following your instinct, following your gut, and making very good decisions. So what this video is going to be about is hopefully helping you make some good decisions when it comes to meeting a new potential dominant, meeting a new potential play partner, a new whoever, whatever in your life that you might be interested in hanging out with. So, real quickly, I don't know how many of my readers, viewers know this, but April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So that's going to kind of tie into what I'm going to go over tonight. Give me 1 second so I can minimize this, and then we can get back to work. Okay, so what I want to talk about I'm going to give 5 tips that you can use to be a little safer when it comes to meeting somebody. Many of us meet potential partners on the web through a site like Alt or Collar Me or FetLife, and they are great tools to get you to meet people who might be like you, but it's also important that you make sure that you're safe while you're doing it. So I'm going to go over 5 tips that I think will be helpful. I hope they're helpful. I hope somebody takes my advice, and I hope that it works for some people. Tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to set up an email account that is strictly for your kinky inquiries. And I'm going to elaborate on that. You know, most of us have 1 or 2 or 3 regular emails that we use. We have one that is for friends and family, maybe one for work, maybe one where we just send our junk mail. Don't use any of those for anybody that you're going to meet in a kinky environment. And let me explain why. When you sign up for an email, they ask you for all types of information. They ask you for your first and last name. Sometimes they ask you for your birthday. You may or may not fill all of that out, and it may not even occur to you, especially if you're somebody like me who's had their main email for like 14 years now. You don't even remember what you put in back when you opened up the account. But if you set up a specific email for just your kinky inquiries, you can limit the amount of information that's attached to that email address, and it makes you safer. In a 5-minute internet search, you can be traced to your home address by your email address if you have that information on your email. So set up a specific account for the people that you're going to meet on FetLife or Collar Me, and only give out that address that does not have any of your personal information attached to it. Tip number 2, when you start to have your online conversations, don't be pressured into moving things along any faster than you're comfortable with. If you're submissive in this lifestyle, you have the urge to submit. That's part of who you are. That's part of what you're looking for. And a predator can take advantage of that. And, you know, they'll do things like say, I thought you were submissive. I thought you had a submissive heart. I thought you said you were a slave. Why are you trying to top from the bottom? You know, why are you trying to tell me what to do? In a new relationship, in a new interaction, in a new connection, you don't have a master and you don't have a dominant. You have some person on the other side of the keyboard who you know nothing about, that you don't need to be giving them that type of access to your life. So when I say don't let the online conversations move any faster than you're comfortable with, if For example, you're on FetLife and somebody shoots you a private message and you shoot them one back, and their very next message is, I don't like typing, do you want to Skype? Think about it as if you had met this person at the Rite Aid or, the Piggly Wiggly. Would you Skype with this person after only meeting them for one time? You probably would not. So it's okay to say, yeah, I have Skype, but I'm comfortable doing this right now. And this could go on for one message or 100 messages. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Do not allow your position on the bottom to allow somebody else to move you faster along than you would normally be comfortable moving. I also don't encourage camming very early on until you get to know the person a little bit deeper, and I'm going to explain why. If you look at my environment around here, you just don't see me, although I'm gorgeous. You don't just see me. You see the window with no shade on it right now. You see what's probably a comforter behind me. You see a table with some stuff on it that you may or may not be able to tell what it is. Yeah, the person on the other side of the camera might be looking at you, but it could be a predator looking for the things around you. So if you're in your bedroom and Mr. Snuggle Bunny is on your pillow, that's something that can click to a predator that he can come back and use at a later time to create a false sense of safety and a false connection. Okay, number 3. Your very first meeting should be very public and very neutral. I'm going to do a specific video about meeting somebody in public for the first time, whether it should be at a Munch or like a Starbucks. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. But if you're meeting somebody that you talk to online for the very first time, the first meeting needs to be very public and very neutral. Don't put yourself in the bad position of attempting to meet somebody for the first time at the Motel 6. You're probably asking for trouble. I'm just saying. Tip number 4. If you've gotten this far and you still want to continue, and that you think you might want to try a little S&M play, I strongly encourage you to do any physical play, any S&M play, in a public setting if it's at all possible. If you have a dungeon in your town, go to the dungeon. If you have been meeting kinky people in your city and you know of a semi-private party, have them meet you at the party. I'm saying this because, when you... floggers, knives, violet wands, canes, riding crops, handcuffs. The stuff that we play with can injure you. It could be a small injury. It could be something serious up to and including death. If this is your first time playing with somebody, you will be safer in a public environment or a semi-public environment where there are other people around that if this person does not appear to be playing within the boundaries that you negotiated, you can go, hey, he's not doing this, is, hey, look at me. And there are people that can come to your assistance. You don't have that option at the Radisson. You have to hope that you can scream loud enough that somebody will send security, assuming that he has not put a ball gag in your mouth. So please make your first play date as public as possible. If the dominant says that they don't like public display, public play in public, and you'll hear that, but you want it to be in public, I encourage people to phrase it like this. If he says that I don't want to play in public, but you want to, you can ask in a respectful manner, okay, then how will I be kept safe if I meet you at your home or a hotel. And one of two things will happen. You'll hear something along the lines of, "Don't you trust me by now?" Or you will hear the man make suggestions as to ways that you can be safe or that you can feel safe. Or he will do whatever it takes to make you comfortable enough to say yes or no. That's important. One shows that he is as invested in your having a safe and enjoyable time as he is. The other one shows that he's looking to beat some ass. Beating ass is not a bad thing, but again, you are responsible for your own safety. So you have to take care of you first. Tip number 5. There are certain established methods of securing your safety in this lifestyle. We have stuff like the safe word, which is under the FAQ section. We have stuff like the National Safe Call Network, and again, that's going to get its own video in a day or two. You can have a buddy system that you can utilize, which is similar to the Safe Call Network. Whatever method you use to secure your safety, understand it, use it properly. For example, with a safe call, if you tell your safe call that you are going to call at 11 a.m. on the dot, don't be so enamored of the person that you're talking to make that call at 11:15. Respect the same way you would want that dominant to respect whatever you've negotiated with your safety net. Respect that and treat it as if your life depended on it, because you know what? It really just might. So this is number 2 in the safety series. We're probably going to end up with 6 or 7 of them before it's all over. So this is Bottom Bitch signing off, and I'm going to encourage you to head over to the website, which is www.visionsfromthebottom.com. There is a blog that goes into this called SAM, S-A-A-M, Part 2. I'll probably republish it so that it's right at the top so that you don't have to go digging for it. But it was published in April of 2011, which was a year ago, and it's SAAM Part 2. But again, I'll republish it. Thank you for your time. I hope that what I've said is helpful, and until next time, I'll see you soon.